How many tentacles can you put into one bag? This is madness. This is crazy. This is absurd. This is the inaugural. No, this is Tiny Epic Cthulhu from Gamelin Games. Okay, so I need to give quite the explanation of how this game plays because it's a little much. Let's take a look at the setup here, right? So first of all, it's 2025, and we have a game here with a spinner. I kid you not, right? That's a little wild. So here is the Board Game Geek page for Tiny Epic Cthulhu, so you can see what we're looking at here. 1 to 4 players, obviously. Best 1. That's interesting. I don't feel like I see that very often. Not very many ratings, but this is brand new. This was just delivered from the Kickstarter campaign to me about a week ago, and I finally got my hands on it. I've played it now, and boy, is it fun, but boy, do I have to constantly look at the rules because it's a little bit of a madhouse to keep in mind where these things go, where these little tentacles go. So looking at the setup, I love how it only has 12 points there, but if you count them, it's like 3A, 3B, 3C, 3D, right? I mean, it's insane. A11, or A11, 11A goes through 11F, right? Okay, so it's a bit crazy on the setup here. There's a lot of little pieces, which I love, by the way. These little tentacles are amazing. Every one of them, screen printed, little tentacle, right? All this stuff. There's all these bad guys, right? Some of these are from the expansion, so just pretend that's not what you're seeing. But, you know, there's even some I can't reach here. Bad guys, big chunky pieces of wood, screen printed. You've got meeples for all of the characters. I love it, right? Okay, so let me get these out of the way since we're not playing with any of them. We are playing with the detective, and our assistant is the officer. Okay, just so that we know what we're doing here. Now, you can go ahead and skip to the first turn. I will figure out whatever time that is and put that in the video description below. And if you already know how to play. If you don't, let me just take a couple of minutes as you scroll down and look at the time and go, a few minutes, I know. How this game operates here, right? So this is obviously the town of, what's it called? Like New Arkmore, something like that. And bad things are happening here, of course, right? So you can see the game starts out like this. This is randomly placed. This is a shambler. This is like a townsperson turned into like a creature. And you spin this thing and you place where you start. You place where a number of shamblers are per characters, and technically there's 2 of me here, right? Because we have the officer as a helper, and these are like townspeople that are turning into these monsters. You also draw 2 from your bag here. You draw 2 tentacles per place. So you can see we have 2 red ones here, a red and a green over here. And I know this is hard to see. There's a blue, a red, and a green track on every space on the board. And hopefully you can just see that those are green and filled in with these tentacles. Now, there's also 3 black ones, the eldritch tentacles, on each one too. And the game just sets up like that. And there are a handful of them extra that you really do not want these in your bag. These are bad. They charge up the bad guy. They're energy for the bad guy here, for the great old one. These are really good. These are chaos tentacles. These are either a wild color, if we need them for a color, or we can burn them as an action, which is awesome as well. And you can see that in a 2-player setup, we start with 2 each. I know these are hard to see, I'm sorry, but we do have 2 of these each here. Now, what we're doing is we are going around the board here, around the town, trying to avoid the great old one. The assistant doesn't matter because they're kind of ran by this little script here, but we cannot go into the place with the great old one, and we have to go around and fight the shamblers, and as we kill these shamblers and we put them back into their pool here, they're on the shambler mat, we can take more tentacles and put them onto the discard mat here. Let me see if I have, look at that. The shambler mat looks like that, and the discard mat looks like that. And the reason why you want them off the shambler mat is because the shambler mat does not get put into the bag, and you want to dilute the bag of black ones, right? The eldritch ones, these black ones that charge up, that are the energy tokens for the great old one, right? So anything here will wind up back into the bag, but these will not. These are excluded. So you want to kill the shamblers to move these tokens down, and there's a whole process for how these tokens move in this game. And I'm being a little disingenuous here. This is I believe the same chart from 2 different versions of the manual, and I'm not even sure what version I have because the version that came with the print and play from the Kickstarter is on the left here. The version in the book that I downloaded from Board Game Geek is on the right, and yet I'm fairly certain what's written in my actual physical book is sort of a little bit different. There's other things that are different in here, I know. So it's a little crazy, but I thought it was hysterical when I saw this, and I'm like, nobody's gonna get any use out of these charts. They're just not out of this flow chart here. Either one, they're just okay. Back to the setup, right? Okay. The Wheel of Madness goes in the middle, and you know what else is awesome is these are double-sided. So each location, there's the inn, and on the backside you have another inn, and store, and museum, and library, and the park. And you can see the text here. It's kind of hard to read. Let me see if I have. Did I make a? I did. So here's an example. Here's the museum. So the museum has the ability. This is what I'm pointing out on these little cards here. This is probably much better for you. Spend 1 chaos tentacle. That's the purple ones to clear the great old one energy. Oh my God! Do I have that out here? Museum. Spend 2 tentacles of the same color. Dang, I don't. So there's different powers on different sides of these things, different special abilities. So when you're playing, you can shuffle these things up and flip them around and play a completely different game every time. Oh man, spend 1 Chaos Tentacle to clear the Great Old One energy track and place the Elder Tentacles back in the bag, right? So what you're doing is you're trying to not draw the black ones out of the bag, because once you get a third one on here, the bad guy powers up, right? And then you get to put all these back in the bag, which is great, but you're also putting the black ones back in the bag, right? So you start the game with 9 of each color and 3 black ones in the bag. And then these get put into the discard pool if you have too many shamblers on your town area, right? So if you take a look at the card again, there, you can see those long rectangular spots next to the 3 cubes on the right there. The rectangles on the right, those are for the shamblers. Once you hit a 4th shambler, the shambler, all 4 of them, right, would come out of here and go back to their spots here. See if I can get this straight now. I have to turn to the flow chart. The shamblers come off. Let's see, that's when they're banished. Then a black one comes from the Eldritch one. It comes from wherever you took the shamblers, and it goes into the discard match, which is no good, because on the next cycle of power up for the Great Old One, another Eldritch goes back into the bag. And it's awful, and it gets really bad really quickly. Now, we go around the town, and we try to collect. So one thing is, right, we're trying to kill the shamblers and put them back over here and bring these down into these tentacles onto the discard mat, as well as we are trying to collect these tentacles. Now, the problem with this is that if you have too many tentacles, you go mad. So let me pull up. Let's go with our character first. So the detective here. You can see every character card is the exact same except for their special power on the very bottom down there. So I put the detective up here on the screen so that you know exactly what we have for our power. Flip all page cards from each location you pass when moving, which is fabulous because normally you only flip them over when you stop on a spot, right? And I like this. I can just run somewhere and flip pages, and it helps me to know where I need to get to see what's going on with that. But anyway, you'll notice that there are only 2 slots of each color for tentacles. So there's 2 blue slots in the fear track, 2 red spots on the rage track, and every character is the same. I don't know about the expansion, but I imagine it's the same. 2 green slots in the greed and the chaos, and we actually start with full chaos. Okay, now here's the deal. Once you go to add a 3rd one, the whole thing in this game is once you get too many of anything, is that becomes accursed. So if you have 1 too many shamblers, it's accursed. Something bad happens, right? If you have too many of these, right? So if a 3rd one, green one, gets placed here, you're fine. But if a 4th one, and it's really hard to see, but there's a little icon there. There, you can see the little X. That track is accursed. Those 4 green ones would come off. They go onto the shambler mat, and then something else bad happens that I can never remember. Because there's so many, again, because it's a little chaotic here trying to figure this game out, and I swear, I will have to pull up the rules 700,000 times until we get back in the flow of it, and then it actually goes rather smoothly. But it's just, to start, it's a little rough. Now, what are we doing with these tentacles that we're collecting, right? We need to spend them to, I don't want to say decipher, to translate these pages of the Necronomicon. So the Necronomicon looks like this on the right over here, and you can see that the purple spots there have more Chaos Tentacles in them. That's good. Chaos Tentacles are the only good thing in this game. Everything else is awful. 4 more years of this. All right, so we have, you can see there's 5 page 1s, 5 page 2s, yada, yada, yada. So if we're in this spot, and well, let's say he's not here because we can't go there, but let's say we travel over to any one of these spots, and there's a page, and we happen to have a red and a green. We can pay that as one of our 3 actions, and I'm probably going to employ some little tokens here for me so I can keep track of how many actions I have as me. The solo assistant doesn't have actions, they just follow this script and do every action. So then we collect these and we take them. Do I have a picture of what the cards look like? No, I don't. Yeah, on the bottom down there, right? So, and look, on the far right, I don't care what anybody says, I flipped over to the correct way the runes, so you can see you can see them how I'm saying them. I am convinced that that this is just a misprint and these runes are upside down. I believe that they should look like that. Okay, so you can see that some of these cards are crazy as well, right? So there are 4 tentacles for that one, but you get 4 pages out of it, which is great. And once you complete a whole row or column, that's when you get to add it to the discard pile. One of these 10 chaos guys, these little tentacles here, go into the discard pile. This is in the reserve in case I get very lucky and they come up later. In fact, there's some place I thought I saw where you could generate them. Anyway, now you'll notice there's those little tricky runes on the bottom here as well. So let's say I do this, I collect this, and then I take a new card and put it face down right back here, but now I have this. Once we translate the Necronomicon completely, that's all 25 pages, and we have a stack of these cards here now, we're going to have a collection of these 3 symbols of each color, right? So blue, red, and green. That corresponds with the dice. Okay, so at some point when the great old one, let me pull this up again and explain it, because this is not what that card actually looks like on the right-hand side over there. I just cut off the bottom part of that card and put it, oh, and I've got it upside down. What a genius. All right, there we go. So the phase 2 of the game is, see, and the problem is everything in this game is green, so it doesn't work very well on my little zoom camera, but that's the start. It tells you what the 3 powers of the bad guy are down there. This is the power level right here, and it creeps up. The power level is how many tentacles you draw after you spin the Wheel of Madness here. Once you translate the Necronomicon completely, you flip it over, and you can see that they start a little bit more powerful. It's the same powers on the bottom, which is why I cut out the track on the top just so you can see where we're at. But on the bottom down there, there's now blue, red, and green portals, and we can seal the portals to trap the old one, and we saved the town, right? So that's fantastic and all, but how do we do that? Well, we can, once we get to phase 2, that means this is completely translated, the Necronomicon, we can then, yes, move into the spot with the great old one, and as an action, we can roll dice to attempt to get the number in there or higher, and you have to call it ahead of time, and you have to have a tentacle to fill the spot of the same color. So I would say, okay, I have a blue tentacle. I'm going to try to seal the blue the number 2 blue. Then, if I only have 1 blue symbol in my collection of cards I'm going to have, I only get to roll a single die to attempt to add them up to 2. Okay, now this is the easiest enemy, right? I think some of these guys are 4, like Cthulhu might have like a 4 on there. So you're going to need 3 blue ones, right, to seal a blue 4 to roll all 3 dice. Now, again, they're green dice, so they don't show up very well on my thing here, but they show up well enough. If I roll in the corner, I think. So at least you can kind of experience the roll with me and see. Now, oddly enough, I rolled exactly what I had laid out here, which is great for me because this is what I wanted to show you. That's a 0, that's a 1, that's a 2, right? So the little Cthulhu face is a 0. You know what? Right there, die faces, 0, 1, and 2, that's what that looks like. Okay, we're going to see this page probably an awful lot here in the beginning just to kind of get our bearings, all right? So I think that's the idea. And then once you seal all 6 portals, you win. Now, how do we lose? Well, you can see on Nyarlathotep's, that's, never going to do that again. At the very end, at the last 6, there's a skull. Game over, we lose. You can see on our character card here and on the back of every character card, they look different. They look like say, the priest over here, right? So you'll notice there's numbers there. That's to remind you that they collect left to right, 1 and 2. So they're actually different than mine. I'm blue, red, green, as is every other side, right? Like even the other side of the priest here. but when they're your assistant, you flip them over, and this is just to remind you that they're going to they're like, when they go collecting tentacles, they're going to pick up a green first, then a red, then a blue, and then they're going to move up to their next one, like, so another green, right, they would take. Now, another way to lose this is the little brain, the little like sanity meter up there on the top left. So that's a little bit different too for a player versus an assistant. Short version of this is, let me pull up ours. Okay. When we fill up these tracks down here, right? So let's say I have 2 red tentacles in there, and I get a third. And how do I get that? If I end my movement in a spot with a shambler, I have to draw tentacles out of the bag equal to the number of shamblers, and they go on my mat unless it's a black one, and then it goes on the Great Old One mat, the Eldritch token, right? So if I then have an Accursed Rage track, let's just say I grabbed a red one, my little sanity meter goes up, and that can only happen, it looks like 1, 2, 3 times. The 4th time, just like all these other tracks, game over, somebody lost their mind. Now you get a little benefit of starting to lose your grip on reality because I can then re-roll my dice. I can re-roll 1, 2, or 3, and if we're talking about an assistant, they have to re-roll all the dice at the same time. That's why the symbols there are different. Now, you're seeing 2 different solo assistant boards here. It's weirdly placed in the middle of this, but see where it says Phase 1, follow the actions in order, and Phase 2. So Phase 2 starts, again, immediately after handling the Necronomicon. What else do we have to talk about here? I don't know. I kind of think that we're ready to get started enough, and we will try to not go mad. So let me just take a little quick break right here, get some water, and we'll be right back to fight the good fight. Alrighty, so here we go. Step number 1, spin the wheel of madness. Here we go. It does have to go around at least twice. So what does that say? So this symbol right here is, let's take a look here. It's the one on top. Move 1 madness tentacle of your choice from the shambler mat to the discard mat. So that's a fairly good thing. Now, what do we remember about our bag? Is that there's not a lot of green ones in there, right? Because they're all out here. So let's go ahead and throw another green one out here. And we need all the colors to do all the translating of the pages. So at this point, we're just going to pick something. 1B, draw tentacles. Now, you'll see it says, pull tentacles from the tentacle draw bag 1 at a time, which is very strange. The number of tentacles drawn is based on the strength of the bad guy. So the bad guy, we're on the top track because we're on the front side of the card right now, and the strength icon is in that little symbol right there, right here. And so the number to the right is 3, meaning we have to draw 3 of these horrible tentacles. And it says 1 at a time. I have like the strangest question about that. Oh, good. An Eldritch one came out, and a green one. Okay. So the thing that bothers me is that it says draw 1 at a time. You would draw 4 tentacles from the bag, so their final number is 3 space. Okay, if there are not, there, it's the note. If there are not enough tentacles in the bag, draw as many as possible and continue the turn. I guess I don't understand. I guess you're drawing them 1 at a time, but you're not firing off? No, the very next sentence, draw and resolve each tentacle 1 at a time as follows. Okay, yeah, I have a real problem with this, and the reason why is because if I draw them 1 at a time, and, as it says, resolve each tentacle 1 at a time as follows, and oddly enough, the one that bothers me is the first one, the Eldritch Tentacle. So, the game starts with 3 Eldritch Tentacles, right, these are the black ones, in the bag. All the bad guys cause the bag refill to happen when you attempt to place the 3rd one. So you would never have a situation that I can think of? I mean, I guess it must happen at some point. I don't know how. How would you delay the onset of the... Is there a way to move an Eldritch Tentacle from this guy to here, maybe? Maybe that's the... Well, then you would break the game because it would never reset if you had enough of them out there. That rule makes no sense to me because the game starts with only 3 black Eldritch Tentacles in there, and once you pull the 3rd one, it triggers the reset. So I don't understand this at all, but I didn't write the book. Okay, so blue, and it's going to go to where the arrow is facing. So we're going to put a blue one on the blue track. Oh gosh, and a 3rd green on the green track right there, right? And remember, this is the officer's turn, not our turn. So you can see at the bottom, Madness Tentacles. Place these on the matching colored Madness tracks of the town card where the front pointer is facing. I should have had a little tentacle icon there. They are placed from left to right, not that that matters. Okay, so that's great. Now we have to do some more bad things. Spawn a shambler, right? So now you're looking at the butt end of this thing, right? The back of the pointer here, where I happen to be standing. Oh no, this is my officer. So it's this way. This is fantastic, by the way. When you're playing at this angle, it's hard to tell where this thing is pointing, but when I have an overhead view of it, I can see that that's at red. So you can see it's pointing at this red, and so we take a red shambler and we put it down here in the bottom of the track. That's that, right? So you can see this goes quickly. You spin, you resolve whatever's on the dial, you draw the number that you're looking right at here on the card, you throw a shambler out there, and you get to have some fun. Oh, and you move the great old one, right? So that's the last thing. So this guy goes to where the shambler just went, and there we go. Okay, so, whew, that was a lot. That was 1A, B, C, and D, right? Now, step 2, take player actions. Now, we're not doing that this turn. We're doing the center thing right here, right? So I have a little cheat, I have the actual card rather in front of me, but I'll pull it up here. So the first thing it says is the assistant collects greed first, followed by rage, and that's why the colors are in a different order. I don't know why the order here doesn't matter. Why didn't they just print them in the same color order? I don't know. Again, I'm not the designer. I don't know what makes this stuff tick, but there we go. They made these specifically graphically different. They could have easily put the 1s and 2s in there. Now, we have 0 tentacles to start here, right? So basically it's 1, 2, and 3 for all of these actions. Now, you'll figure that out. Like, if I'm grabbing tentacles and I have none of greed already, I get to grab 1. If I have 1 green tentacle, I get to grab 2, and right? So it's number of tentacles plus 1, basically, for all of these things. And if I have 2 green tentacles, I get to grab 3. Same with moving on your fear track. Take a look at the bottom there. The blue track is fear. I can only move 1 town space at a time unless I have 2 blue tentacles. The problem is you're going to lose the game if you're getting greedy, right? This kind of keeps you in check, because what if you draw a blue tentacle, right? That's no good. So here we go. So the officer here is going to greedily grab a green tentacle. All right, there we go. So she has 1, right? So that's the one thing that she can do to start is collect. She can grab one greed tentacle first. Then she moves. She will move the shortest distance towards the front pointer. Now she can only move 1 space because her fear rating is 0 here, right? She has 0 tentacles. So I can choose whether she goes this way or that way. And there's advantages to both. There's an advantage to going here as I get to flip this card. There's an advantage to going here as I already know that she will be able to solve this. I don't know if this is solvable, so maybe we just find out how that happens. So she's going to take 1 move action over there. Next up is draw tentacles. Draw madness tentacles from the draw bag equal to the number of shamblers at the location. They move to 0, which is great. Reveal a page card we already have. Translate it. And it says may translate. I'm fairly certain it's must translate, right? Is really how that should have been worded. So we need a green and a red. Now I have either 2 wilds or a green and a wild, which is what I'm going to spend. Now, these purple ones always go back to the supply. The regular madness ones, these 3 colors, always go back to the mat there. So she successfully translated this page. Now, what does that mean? It's got a 4 and a 5 on it. So we go over here and we take these cute little tokens here and we fill up page. We do a 4 and a 5. You go left to right, right? So we're going to go a 4 and a 5. I'm probably going to mess this up at some point, but there we go, right? So we are 2 out of 25 on the way to the Necronomicon being sorted out, right? Then, what do we need here? We need to look at the solo powers again. Banish a shambler. There is no shambler in her spot, and that's it. That is the entire turn for the assistant. Now, I already don't know. The assistant runs very smoothly, but it seems like it'd be a lot more fun to me to run 2 characters. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. It would give me an extra power. The only extra thing you get... Oh, and I forgot to put this on here, didn't I? No, it's at the very bottom. Sharing tentacle resources. This is the only benefit you get to having an assistant over a player character, right? Sharing tentacle resources. If you are in the same location as your assistant, you may spend the madness tentacles on their player mat as if they were your own. Spending chaos tentacles. As a free action, you may spend a chaos tentacle to perform an action with your assistant. You may spend a chaos, right? So I could do one more thing with my assistant. Like maybe I could have her collect again. Actually, might not be a horrible idea. But for now, we're going to hang on to it. Okay, so that's that. So now, what do we do? It's our turn, right? Start with the Wheel of Madness. Let's. Oh, see, that didn't spin enough. There we go. You kind of, if I put my nail on it and swipe, it works rather well. Like here I am telling people who probably very well know much better than I do how spinners work. Okay, so we have spun the wheel and it landed on, oh no! So it's the bottom one there. When drawing tentacles this turn only, pull one additional tentacle. That says this turn, not just like right this second. Okay. So, well, that's the next step, right? So we have to draw 4 now, right? Because we're at 3 over here. Let's go ahead and draw a 4th tentacle. Dun, 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 dun. Watch me grab nothing but the black ones here. Okay, so we're going to do, one at a time, it says. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Okay, so this place is in trouble. Oof, okay, so there's that. We have to get over here and do something about this. Next up is spawn a shambler, right? So remember, that's on the tail end of this thing. So that looks like it's pointing at a blue to me, right? That's there, pointing at a blue shambler, which can go right there. And then move the Great Old One. Now, if the Great Old One moves to wherever a player is, your first action of your 3, 100% has to be move. Which is a real bummer because I wanted to hit up these green tentacles while I was there. So you can see I'm in a bit of a spot now. And not a good one. So let's go ahead and do this. So I'm going to spend 1 action to move 1 whole space. I'm going to spend a 2nd action to... God, there's no green one there, is there? To move a 2nd space. And then I'm going to use, I guess, a 3rd action to Okay, so wait a minute. Remember, my special power, flip all page cards from each location as you pass. So I do know what we've got here. This says move 1 tentacle to each color from the shambler mat to the discard mat. That's an incredibly powerful town action. Holy cow. Flip over or discard 2 page cards of your choice. That's also incredibly powerful. Spend 2 tentacles of the same color to clear the Great Old One energy track and place the Eldritch tentacles back in the bag. Okay, right, so not here. How funny, we kind of talked about that. These are so hard to read. Take 0, 1, or 2 madness tentacles of any color from the discard mat and add them to your player mat. Oh, wow, to the matching temperament track. Wow, okay. Wow. Okay, so I don't have to deal with shamblers here. I've got, what, I went 1, 2, so I walked 2 spaces, so I have 1 action left. This is free for this guy. Now, that's a huge bummer, man, but I need to make sure that this doesn't blow up in my face. So I do believe that I'm going to use 1 action, I can't believe I'm going to do this, to take a red one. And then I can burn these, and I know there's none of those in the bag right now, but these are just kind of like freebie actions to start the game with when you're kind of in a pinch. So I'm going to burn 1 as a free action for another collect, right? So now I have 1 blue and 1 red, and I'm going to, maybe if I just stay like this for now, hopefully we're in good shape. I really wish there were some green ones there for me. But that's it. That was a player turn. So now back to the top here for the assistant. We're going to spin and we're going to find, ooh, good. We can move 1 down now. We'll take a blue one down here. And then we have to draw 3 tentacles still. This is awful. So there's 1. And as long as we keep good track of how we're drawing these, I think we're going to be okay. Just drawing them all at once. Oh, crud. Okay, so here's 1 and 2. Now here's what happens. Now this was bound to happen eventually. This is the game loop. That goes on the 4th spot. So remember, if you're looking at the town card, there's 1, 2, 3, and then a 4th X spot. Now that means it is accursed. And what happens when that happens? Let's take a look down there at the Madness Tentacles thing. Place these on the matching colored Madness tracks of the town card where the front pointer is facing. They're placed left to right, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so first step, number 1, relocation. Take all Madness Tentacles on the Accursed track, including the one just drawn, place them on the bottom of the Shambler mat. So this is a bad place for those to be because they don't get back in the bag, meaning I draw the black ones, the Eldritch ones, quicker. Okay, note this is just a single track. Consequence, trigger the Great Old One's power of the matching color. The color was green, and the Great Old One's power is across the bottom, and the green one said, move a green Shambler to each town card in... That little symbol there is the presence of the Great Old One plus 1 card to the left and 1 card to the right. Does it say anywhere on here? No, of course it doesn't. There was no player aid included with this either, which is shockingly lacking. Okay, so it looks like we're going to need 2. Right, so there's already a green one here. Bad guys here. There's a green one here, so that one doesn't get one, but there's not a green one here, and there's not a... This place is boned, let me tell you. Oh my goodness. Okay. So yeah, that was bad news right there. So we drew our tentacles. Now we spawn a Shambler, move the Great Old One, right? So we're going to spawn a Shambler here. Looks like a blue one goes here. And we move the Great Old One, and now we resolve the assistant steps, right? Which are collect. Where is she? She's up here, so she has to collect a green one first. She only gets 1. She's going to move only 1 space towards the front pointer, so she's going to go here. She is going to draw 3 tentacles, because of course there's 3 Shamblers there. 1, 2, 3. Ah, goodness. Okay, so now she has 2 green, 1 red, and an Eldritch goes over here. So you can see the trouble we're in here now. There are 2 there. Now she flips a card. 2 blues. She cannot pull that off. That is a bummer. She only has 0 blues and maybe a wild, right? So that's terrible. And then she's going to attempt to fight a Shambler now. Now, the way that this works is you roll dice. You roll 1 die per Shambler in your spot. Okay, so let's start there. Wow, that was actually a really good roll. Okay, there's only 1 roll that could have been better than that. That would have been all 0s. So this was all 1s is what we rolled. Now you don't add these together, you just pay the highest one that you rolled, and it's only 0, 1, and 2. So her highest roll was a 1, right? So it's going to cost me 1 tentacle to kill a Shambler. I can't kill them all, you only get to do 1 per action. So down here, it does say banish Shamblers. When banishing a Shambler, let me pull this up for you. Banish the Shambler for which they have the most matching tentacles, and that happens to be green, right? So we have 2 here. So that does mean I have to pay 1 tentacle. Now the good news is it doesn't go to the Shambler track, it goes to the discard. This guy goes back here, and then, and this is quite interesting, and I can pull it up on the rules, but it'll be better if I pull it up on the banishing card. On the bottom of the Shambler mat, I'm sorry. When a Shambler is banished, move somewhere between 1 and 3 Madness Tentacles of the same color from this mat to your discard mat. So that number is number of Rage Tentacles, which is the red ones plus 1. So I get to move 2 more green ones from here down to the discard track, right? Boom. That's beautiful. Their turn is over, right? See, this flows smoothly once you get going. It's just, it gets really bad really fast. Now that's hard to see, but it's definitely on the green. So that is, if we look here, I don't think we've seen this yet, trigger the matching color powered of the Great Old One. Oh no, we already know what this is because we just did it. So the Great Old One is here. We have to put green Shamblers. We're not going to put 1 there because there's already 1 there, but now this place is full. And now the place I'm standing on has a Shambler, okay? And if you run out of Shamblers, you just go 1 to the right. So if this guy wasn't here and we had to add a green one, we would add a blue one. If we had to add a blue one and we had no blue ones, we would add a red one. So hopefully that's pretty straightforward. What a bummer. Now we got to draw some tentacles. Okay, and how many? 3 still. And there's not a lot in this bag, so I know we're going to have a big reset coming up here in a minute. There it is. Right, so it says resolve them 1 at a time. So if I put a red one here and a black one there, that triggers the power increase. what happens is those all move there. This guy gets stronger, and then those go back in the bag, and then I draw again for my third tentacle. That's how it's worded. So there's the deal, right? You can see draw and resolve each tentacle one at a time. I don't know if I like that. Okay, resolve them one at a time. Eldritch tentacle, right? You can't add this tentacle, it becomes a curse. Do the following. Relocation. Add all Eldritch tentacles, those on the energy track and the one just drawn, along with the Madness and Chaos tentacles on the discard mat, and place them in the draw bag. And advance the strength token one space. If this is the last one, the game is lost. Oh, and I drew another one, and it was blue. Okay, so that's going to go here. And there's our tentacles. Now we add a Shambler. Looks like a blue one to that back place here. We're going to put a blue one right here, and then we're going to go ahead and I feel like we're missing something. We're going to move this jerk over here. Now, we get to do some things. So what are we going to do with our whole 3 moves? Now, I really don't like any of this. This is awful right now, right? We have bad dudes everywhere. This is a huge problem. That is a massive problem. So we can move 2 spaces. We don't have to stop right here. We cannot even go here. So we could get as far as here in 1 move. If we come all the way over here, we're only drawing 1 tentacle, which will not screw us up. So maybe that's not awful. The problem is this could be very bad, but it could also drive us crazy. Whoop. This game, I tell you what. Okay, so First thing we're doing, I think, we could move. Are there any green ones there? I can't see behind this guy, so it's very helpful. Okay, so we're gonna move. I think I'm gonna move just 1 space to the end. We're gonna flip this over. Wow, and it requires 2 blues to solve that. Okay, so my second act, is going to be to draw 3 Shambler or 3 things now because I stopped on a place with 3 Shamblers. This could be bad because if I draw, 2 reds or 2 blues, I'm in trouble. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that was like the best case scenario. Okay, so wow. All right. Now what? Now we have 2 or 3 actions left. Because I still have my wild here. So I'm going to place 1 for kill some Shamblers. I'm going to roll all 3 dice. Dang, 2-2-0. So it's going to cost me 2. Let's get rid of 2 blues to take this guy out. Right? Now we're going to do 1 more Shambler, I think. And we're only going to get to roll 2 dice. And we got 2 1s, which is great because I can spend... Oh, I just sent a blue guy away. So we're going to move those as well. Okay, so now we rolled a 1, so I can use a single red to move this guy here, and I still get to move 2 down because I started with the red. Yeah, maybe that's not the answer. Maybe I do 1 for the green and leave the red guy, only because, yeah, let's think about it like this, right? Okay, then I get to, because I get to move those 2. Now if I do another action, I can't though, see that doesn't work. Well, we're in okay shape. Great. If I roll a 2, I'm screwed because I'm using this for my action, so perhaps I just kick it right here for this turn. We're going to take a quick break and start with the assistant's turn, and I'll be back in just a moment. All right, continuing with this madness. We are starting off here with the officer's turn. And it's bad news all the way around. So we have to add a red one here and here. Shamblers get to spread for free this game, apparently. Okay, so there's that. Bummer, man. Now it gets even worse. This is fantastic. Let's draw 3. 1, 2. So I'm kind of keeping track of what's going on here by drawing them maybe a little bit differently. It wants you to do 1 and then resolve, and then 2 and then resolve, and then 3 and then resolve. Okay, so that's that for that. Back here we're going to put a red Shambler, it looks like. My goodness, what a nightmare. Okay, see, we can't even go here now. All right there, officer, do something. poke you with a stick. Okay, so collect. Where is she? She is up here right now, so she is going to collect 2. Now, you'll notice what she has. She has a green and a red and then no blues, right? So the green is greed. So she's not going to gain 0, she's going to gain 2. And the first one, it's going to go 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. So she's going to grab a blue one first, and as her second one, it looks like a green one. Okay. Then she's going to move, and now her fear level is 2. So she can move 2 spaces towards the front pointer, but she's already there, so she's not going to go anywhere. She is not going to draw tentacles. Now, I know it says draw tentacles, but it does say draw madness tentacles from the draw bag equal to the number of shamblers at the location they moved to. Our officer didn't move anywhere, and it seems to me that that's just fine and dandy. Like, it doesn't break anything. She didn't move either, so I didn't get the benefit of her cruising around somewhere. It's not going to happen every time. So I think she doesn't draw any tentacles. Reveal a page card. It's already revealed. Translate. 2 blues and a red. I have that. So we're gonna spend our purple one as a blue. And then we're going to translate this. Wow, she's kicking my butt. And the way you want to lay these out, you know, if this was another blue, I would stack it like that because we care about how many of those runes we have, remember? Okay, so that was actually quite fortunate for us that this is how her turn went. We're going to take a 1 and a 2 and another 5. Okay, 2 and a 5. Well, she's doing better than I am, I'll say that. Here I am. Oh my gosh, look at all these shamblers out here. There's just so many of them. Okay, and that's it. She is translated. She's going to try to banish some green. So you have to roll anyway with her. And the reason is you could roll 2 zeros and still pick one to remove. So we're just going to try it and just see what happens. We rolled a 1 and a 2, so we couldn't pay for it anyway. So there we are. That's the end of her turn. We go to us. Spin the wheel of madness. Oh, that's garbage, man. We got to draw an extra thing. Okay, so that means we're drawing 4 of these now. Ay. So we got 1. Uh-oh. Right? See how bad this is? 2. Oh, man. 3. Oh, no. Please be a green one. I mean, even a black one would not cause pain and suffering in this little place. Ta-da! Oh! Okay, so here we have a problem now. So all of these go back up here to the top, and we trigger the blue power, which, of course, is more free shamblers. Oh, no. Okay, so this just got really bad. So that's going to cause a blue... if I try to add the blue in here, all of a sudden we can't. So all of these guys get to go back to the board. But it triggers the awful, awful thing of taking one of the black ones and putting it here, and then we actually have to fill this up with any of the remaining ones. So essentially, we just put another one of these things into play. So that was like the worst possible thing that could happen to us. Let's see if it can get any worse. We're going to put a blue shambler here, and we'll put this guy here. Right, and so now we can't go into that spot because, Nyarlathotep is there. Okay. So I need to spend a token to gather some tokens here. So since I'm here, I don't have to leave. I'm going to take 1. I can get 2 tentacles this time, right? Because I have 1 green. So I'm going to take this one and a blue, I think. Okay, so we're going to collect those. That's one of our actions. Our next action is going to be to walk over here. There's no dudes here. And our next action is going to be to translate this page. Okay, so I'm gonna spend the 2 greens, a blue and a red, right, to translate that page. So now we have this, and that bought us a 1, a 3. Oh, good. A 4 and a 5. A 4 and a 5. Okay, that was all right. That was a lot. Okay, we're going to put a new card down on this spot. Right, and this doesn't just automatically get flipped over because my guy is there who flips cards when he walks, right? Same thing how I don't think if you don't move into a space with Shamblers, you don't just draw tentacles because the game hates you. Okay, now we still have this one Chaos token in there. I don't think we have any in the bag, so I think we are good. So let's pop on over here and let's see what ridiculous stuff. Ooh, that's good. We get to bring one down, so let's just bring any one of them down here. Then we have to draw tentacles. Ugh. At least we're only drawing 3 still. I don't feel like there's a lot in here. So 1, black one, 2, green, and 3, a red one. Okay, so the black one goes over there, the green one goes over here. These things have names. I hate calling them by color. It's just easier. Okay, because there's a list of names, right? It's Fear, Rage, Greed, Chaos, and Eldritch. Yeah, there we go. Okay, all right. So that's Officer not quite done yet. The bad stuff is yet to happen. So the green one would try to go there. And of course, there's our problem because I couldn't get over there and do anything about it. I had to just let it happen. So we had 4 Shamblers. That means another one of those goes in there, and another one of those goes over here. If we take a look here, that's all that happens. Yeah, nothing else bad happens. I mean, that's bad enough, yeah. Okay, all right. Okay, advance the... Wait, what'd that say? Madness token, yeah, okay. Accursed, trigger the old ones. Oh, yeah, that's right. No, that was... Do I have? Oh, I do have the Shambler thing. All Shamblers. Okay, move the play this card. There are nowhere. Yeah, that's all there is to it, right? Okay. Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't missing something. There's a lot of, again, there's a lot of things that move around in this game here. I try to explain it, and it's very difficult, and my buddy down there made that comment about it, which I thought was hysterical because it's quite accurate. Okay, so now what? Now we are on to the officer who is going to collect 3. So she's up here, and she can hop on 3. So she's going to grab, so she has to grab a red, a blue, and then a red. That's just literally the order of how that has to work. The problem is that now she's getting close to popping off her madness here, her sanity. If I grab another one, I'm in trouble. So then she's going to move up to 2 spaces towards this. So she will go 1, 2. There's, of course, 2 Shamblers there. And we're going to lose. Okay, so we have to draw 2. And basically, I have to draw a purple. 2 purples would be good. 1 blue and a purple. Even black ones would be good. We got, of course, a green one. So there's that, and there's another green one. So what happens is this goes away because it happened there. These wind up here, and her sanity just went down 1. So let's take a look at the move page. Have I even pulled this up? I have pages with rules and all kinds of things. So if you look under Collect Madness Tentacles here, right? No, not collect. Where is it? Move. It's under move. When you stop on a town card with 1 or more Shamblers, you must draw a tentacle from the tentacle draw deck for each Shambler on that town card. Add to your player mat, and then bad things happen. So that's yeah, you lose your sanity there, right? So that was the worst thing that we could have had happen for her. Draw tentacles, we just did that. Reveal a page card, we already know what it is, and of course we can't do anything with it because we didn't draw a stinking blue. And now we're going to attempt to banish some red Shambler, it looks like. And we got 2 1s, so we're going to spend 1 red one to banish this red one. But at the time, I had 3, right? You do it at the time. So I had 2 tentacles, plus my 1 is 3, so I get to move all 3 of these red ones down here. Great. Back over here to the officer. Oh, that's terrible, man. That is draw another thing. I'm going to have to tick it over so it's a little bit clearer where we are here. There we go. Okay, so to draw an extra tentacle, so we're going to draw 4. I don't even know if there are 4 in here. So there's 1. Oh, no red ones. 2. Please don't draw a red one. 3. Ooh. Well, oh, well, okay. That was the best draw I could have had, I suppose. Now we're going to put a Shambler of red in the back, and Nyarlathotep isn't going to move. And I realize that I'm probably not adhering to the left to right and bottom to top placement, but I can count to 3 with the best of them. So that's just what I'm doing. Okay. Now, hey, that was kind of lucky. I haven't drawn a black one in a while. Next time I do, it's going to go. How many are in here? Can I look? I feel like you probably can't look. So let me just try to count. Oh, there are 1, 2, 3 in here. Okay, so that's no good. Now, we have 3 actions. We have 1 purple tentacle. I really want to know what that card is that I'm on. So my first action is going to be this stinks. I think it's going to be to collect a green. See, the problem is, right? And then I'm going to collect again, and now I'm going to collect 1 of each of these. And then what? Do I move and attempt to kill a shambler, but I have to draw 3? And I know I'm going to reset the bag as soon as that happens? Or do we just grab... This is awful. I don't know what to do. Clearly I need a card out here as well. Okay, so clearly we need more cards. This is how you beat phase 1. So standing here doing nothing is not helping me any. Let's spend 1 movement. I can't believe I'm doing this. And I'm going to come over here. I have to draw a tentacle, but I won't die from or lose sanity from it because it's only 1. The worst thing I could draw here would be a black eldritch tentacle. So we already know what I'm probably going to draw. Oh, blue one. Okay. All right. Okay, so we've got a blue one there. Now we are out of moves, but I could burn this thing, the chaos token, right? To have 1 extra action, and that action could be to fight this idiot. Or to resolve this. And I like the idea of resolving this with my 2 blues so that we get a 1 and a 5. Okay, so there's a 1 and a 5. Okay, we need to focus on the 2s and 3s and 4s here if I can. Okay, so we have a new card that comes out here. And that's all she wrote. Okay, wow, not great. Okay, off to the officer who is going to... Oh, that's awesome. That's like the best thing is that's the purple one into the discard. So we're going to say a chaos token right there. And then now here's the suck part, right? So how many dudes are in here now? There's only 2. So I have a 50-50 shot. Or are they both black? They might both be black. Boom, there's a black one. So I just reset the bag, but now I'm curious. Oh, no, it looks like it's red. Oh, I had a 50-50 shot of not getting screwed here. Yeah, there was a red one in there. Okay, so the power level goes up. All 3 of these go back. And I've only drawn 1, so I still have to draw 2 more here once I put these back in. Okay. Uh-oh. Boy, that failed. I dumped them all over the place. Okay, so I have to draw 2 more. I really enjoy it. You know what? I do wish the bag was a little bit bigger. Okay, let's draw 1. Is a purple one, and wow, and 2, a blue one. Where's the officer? We're all hanging out over here. Okay, so we got that. Now we have to do a shambler red on this side, and then we have to do this jerk. God, I hate that he prevents you from being able to keep your shambler count low. Okay, so now she is going to collect 2. So her first one is going to be green. Her second one is going to be red. And then she is going to move 2 steps towards the top, which is only going to be 1 step. Do not draw a green or a red, man. Green, of course it is, right? So these all go back to the shambler mat. And she has lost some more sanity. I keep forgetting to re-roll these. Dang, I forgot all about it. Okay, she could have re-rolled on a shambler roll, right? Okay, so that sucks. So we get to reveal a card. Oh, God. Well, that is not doable with what she has. Also unfortunate. Translate, she can't do it. She would need a green in here somewhere. And she can attempt to banish a single shambler. She needs to roll a 1 or a 0. Please roll a 0. I rolled a 2, so I did not even get to banish. That was a terrible turn for her. Again, we got another purple in here. That's awesome. We're going to draw 3 still for now. Oh, but this is not going as well as I had planned. All right, wow, there's an Eldritch. A red. That's okay. And another red. Oh, man, maybe that's suddenly not okay. There's all of this mess and this mess. And then we've got to add a blue shambler. Oh, man, see, this place is just going to get overrun. It is kind of just a race, you know, like at some point. Now, the other thing that I need to pay attention to is I have 0 red runes here. So this is becoming a high priority item for me. Yeah, and I would take 1, 2, 3 spaces to move, and I can only move 1 space, and I can't move through this jerk. Okay, so we have our 3 actions here. Yeah, I keep forgetting to reroll. I gotta remember if she rerolls. Okay, so in fact, didn't I just do that? Maybe I can roll a 0. Oh no, there's a 2 again. Okay, so let's. So there is just enough to pull this off. So I'm going to use 1 to move 1 space. I have to draw 1 for the 1 shambler jerk face that's in here. Red. Ooh, okay. I got 2 left. Let's... So if I use 1 to collect... Oh, I can't. I can't collect the other red one. You are a jerk, man. Oh my god. Okay. This is awful. This is awful. So if I use another action... Okay, if I use 1 action to translate that page, that's 2 blues, but I can spend these. So it's 1 red, 1 green, a blue, and a purple. Right? So I can translate this, which is a 3rd blue for me. That's the you can have 400, but it doesn't count above 3. So that's translated. So we're going to put a new one out here. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Wow, we're getting like the big ones today. We also just completed this column, so we'll put that in there. Okay, I still have 1 action. Now, I can't kill this guy. I could pick up a blue token, though, a blue tentacle, which might not be a terrible idea. Just so that we have it, so that we can move farther next time. All right, here we go. Draw an extra thing out of the bag. This game hates me. We're drawing 4 tentacles now for the officer. We got 1. It's a black one. We got 2. It's a purple one. Oh my gosh. I don't want to reset the bag so early. We got 3. That's okay. And 4. Okay. So the black one goes over here. See, that's going to reset really quickly. This is, I mean, you have to move fast in this game. Okay, then we're doing shamblers back here. We got a red shambler here. And we've got, oh god, that guy's in my way now. 1, 2, 3. I can. Okay. This game, it's a lot of fun. Once you work out this, it becomes a lot of fun. It really does. It really does. Okay, so what are we doing here? We're doing the officer. She's going to. Where is she? She's with me. There's no green ones up there, so she is going to collect 1. She will not collect. She won't accurse herself, right? So then she is going to move 1 space towards this. So the closest, shortest thing. So now she's got to draw 1. Oh, she draws a black Eldritch Tentacle. Oh, are you kidding me? Wow, look at how terrible this is now. Right? Now we're drawing 4 every time, and that's all I'm putting back into the bag. Look what was still in the bag. right? Oh, well, 2 black ones, but a load of blue ones. See, that was a really, really bad draw. Okay, so that's terrible. Okay, draw tentacles, reveal the page. I always forget that. I'm glad they wrote that on there. Okay, reveal the page. Oh, yeah, there's a red one, but gosh, I don't have any of the things. And then she is going to attempt to banish a shambler. She needs to roll a 0. Look at that. Okay, she rolled a 0. Goodbye. And she gets to move 3 blue ones down. So, hey, that would have been great just a second ago. At least she had a better turn than last time. All right, we have the green power for this jerk. Oh, of course it is, because now he goes, oh no, there's already a green guy there. Oh, I messed that up, didn't I? Did I mess that up when I had... It's only supposed to be if there's not a green... I might have made a mistake back there, but that's okay. Because I won't add another green one here or there because there's already green ones there. It's only to places on their spot and adjacent to where they are where you would add one if they don't already have it. It literally says that on the card where none are present. I might have messed that up at some point. Maybe. Perhaps I did, perhaps I didn't. Okay. So we rolled their power. Now we have to draw 4 tentacles because somebody drew a black eldritch tentacle. Truly the worst of timelines. Okay. 4. So there's 1, 2. Where are these going? Okay. 3. Instead of trying to like line them up, it's just faster for me to draw like this. 4, right? And then if I see something trigger, I can stop and handle the trigger. It's just easier to have them so that I can count them. Well, God, he's in a good spot now. Now we're putting a shambler, which is going to pop that group. So this group just blew up. And that means we're going to add this black one here, which is terrible. And then we're going to add this black one here. Can you imagine? Okay. I wanted to stop it for 2 rounds. I've been thinking about this. Or anyway, 2 turns for people. Okay. Good news is we're halfway done here with round 1, or phase 1. Let's see. Well, oh, okay. We have 3 actions, and we're sitting on a friggin' gold mine now. Part of me wants to blow all 3 actions on the inn. Add 1 Chaos Tentacle from the general supply to the discard mat. I mean, that's not awful. It's not going to help me win, but it's not awful. Let's see here. Everywhere I go now is awful, actually. Holy smokes. Oh, that's not... This is the guy I'm looking at. Okay, so... Well, wait a minute then. Suddenly, maybe this isn't so bad. If we have all of these tentacles, and we need a red one, so maybe we'll move 1 space... And then we will collect 1, I guess. I guess it better be a blue, yeah. Okay. And then we can solve this with all the things. So we're going to translate that page with 2 blues, her red, and her purple as a green. That way it brings us down a little bit from getting, losing our minds. As well as it gives me my first red here, which is going to be very nice to have. So now we're going to translate the following. Page number 2. Number 3. See, and this is great because it gives you a little bit of a breather when you get to add one of these guys into the discard pile. Number 4. And number 5. Look, we're going to get to add 2 this time. Number 5 right here. God, I almost did it again. Okay, that's it for me. Let's go ahead and pop over here to the officer that is not quite on the line. It's very hard to see. It's just left of the line. I can adjust it so it's a little bit easier to see what happened here. That says take 1 from the shambler mat and bring it down, so we'll do that. And then we need to draw 4 of these jerks. Okay, and where's our oh, it's right on us. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, can you? Oh man, I drew a little bit of everything. Okay, so that goes over here. This goes over here. Oh, I forgot to put a card out as well, which is here. Okay. Oh, it's the officer. We're not going to get to find. God, Yeah, I'm not so sure I like this. I think I'd be better off with two-player characters where I could flip the card or something, you know. Like, well, no, I guess you can't. You have to like run off of it and go back on. But I can't use any town actions. Hey, okay, so she is going to collect first a green one. That is all she is going to do. Then she's going to move one space, 0 directions. She is going to draw tentacles. Oh, well, hey, you know what? She gets to reveal the card, and then she is going to translate it if she can, which she cannot, and then banish shamblers, of which there are none, so it goes back over to moi. Okay, this is good because that is the... I just realized I forgot to put a green guy back here, I believe. So those all come off. I forgot to do the shambler placement in this guy, so that happened. I think I got a little carried away is what happened. Yeah. Okay. So did I just spin it and forget when I readjusted it to see where it was pointing? I think I did. All right. Okay. I skipped the shambler turn for her. All right, let's go. Okay. In fact, I think this is exactly where it was pointed. So we're going to take this and put it there. And then we're going to do a blue guy down here. Now this place is in trouble. Okay. Oh, I forgot to draw my things. Yeah, I skipped that whole thing. So we're going to draw 4 tentacles. Getting ahead of myself is what it is. So purple, purple, blue. Wow. Black. Okay. Black, purple, purple, and blue. Man, you don't want to lose your purple ones. You want to blow those as soon as possible. Then the blue one comes out. This jerk moves. You know this is going to pop off next time. Okay, so we got our 3 actions here. Yee. All right. Well, maybe we're in okay shape. I wish that was anything except for that. I can move 2 spaces. This place is in serious trouble if I don't do something about it. So let's do 1 to take a green. We'll do a second turn, so I can take 2 now. We'll just take 1 of these guys and 1 of these guys. And then do we just say, okay, we do a 3rd turn to solve? I mean, it's a 2 and a 5, and that stinks anyway. What if instead we use this to move? We can move 3 spaces now. So we go 1, 2, 3, right? Because we're at full fear. Then I'm out of things, but I can burn 1 of these for a turn to translate this. So that was, whoops, these 2. It keeps my fear high. Okay, not the end of the world yet. Plus we've got 1, 2, and 4, which are all numbers that I do need. Does that make sense? Hopefully that made sense. Okay, so we got, these are getting hard to get out of there. Okay, so 1, that completes this guy. 2, it's a good thing I put the gas on this, and 4, and that's this guy. Okay, so that's better. Now this is our trouble. Okay, so that was it for me. We're gonna go over, well, this comes out as well. Oh, I got to see what these were as I walked, by the way. That's my special power. Okay, which is good to know. Now we need some green ones, though. Oh, dear me. Okay, we cannot... God, these are all so expensive this time. Why? I guess we're just done. All right. We're going to spin, and we're going to do... Ooh. I'm going to need a judge. Nope, it's on the bad side of that. It's on the just barely into the red. And if not, and if it's just barely on the line, then you would go clockwise with it. So that means red shamblers for free. You get a red shambler, and you get a red shambler. Dang. Okay, so that's done. Let's draw 4 of these horrible things. Oh, and the shambler's gonna pop here in a second. Great. 1 red one, another red one, a black one that just reset our thing. So we're gonna go here and here, and then this resets, and we still have to draw 1 more, which means this goes up, all of these go in. Oh my god. Okay. We still have to draw 1 more. because we're drawing 4 now. We're getting close to losing this, but the good news is you get to flip this mat and reset the power once we can get a 2, a 3, and a 3. Okay, and one more. Oh no, a red. Oh no, of course it was, right? It couldn't have been anything else, because that means that just triggered, and now the red thing triggered again, which thankfully I guess doesn't happen, right? So that's when you draw the madness tentacles down there, right? So we took them all. It was Accursed, placed them on the bottom of the Shambler mat, so that was still bad. And we get to trigger the red power again, but we just triggered the red power because we rolled it, so it's not awful. But then guess what happens? We get to put a green guy right here, and that's going to make this go boom. Oh my god. Howard, look at her, at the mess you've made. Look at all of these are in play now. Every single black Eldritch token is in play now. This needs to end. The madness needs to stop. Okay, so she is here. She is going to collect a blue, a green, nope, and a red. Okay, then she is going to move 2 spaces towards the head of that thing. So 1, 2. She is going to draw tentacles for Shamblers. 0. Reveal a card already revealed. Oh my god! And then she's going to actually solve this. Oh, look at that. That was very fortunate, actually. She's going to translate. She somehow has exactly what this card needs for translation. Okay, well, there it is. So 1 is no good. So 2 is good, right? 2 is good. That gets us this. 3 is good, and then obviously the 4 is no good. Now she has some terrible cards here, but that's, you gotta play the game, right? You gotta do it right. So she's done, but now we have to pause for a second here. We have to figure out the best course of action for us is going. Now when I say I'm talking about this dude, right? The detective here has no way to seal a green portal. I need... Well, let's just do it. Oh, good. Green. Green for free. That's what this game needed, right? You get a green. You get a green. And you get a green. Are you serious right now? And then we still got to draw 4 of these things? Oh, come on, man. This is terrible. All right, so 1 is red. 2 is a purple. 3 is a green. And... Oh, are you kidding me? That was the worst. So, watch. So green goes here. I can't believe this happened to me. How stupid. The red goes there. But then I have a purple. Oh, and then another purple, and I just lost them all. What are the odds? Okay. So there goes my opportunity for a great turn. That stinks. I don't know why I've got these all jacked up. There we go. Okay, let's... oh, no, we're not done with the pain and suffering yet, are we? We're going to put a red guy right here, and then we're going to put this guy right here. And now my first action must be a move. Love it. Okay, I'm going to move 1 space. Do I move with her? Well, she ain't got nothing for me. I'm going to move here. I'm going to move 1 space here. We're going to flip this and hope it's either... Let's hope it has a 3 on it. It does. Okay. I have to draw 1 more tentacle because it's going to be blue. Oh, you don't move your sanity when you do this, by the way. This is the only one that doesn't cost you sanity. I think I have that written down somewhere. A black one. Okay. Yeah, is that written down somewhere? Chaos Tentacle, consequence. Losing all your Chaos Tentacles is punishment enough. And they go to the supply. Okay. So we have 2 actions left, and everything sucks about this. Oh my god. Everything is so bad right now. Because I have to go 1 to gather a green, and then what? And then just I can't believe I lost those tokens because I could have solved this. You know what? Let's try to fight the Shambler. I get to roll a single die. If I can roll a 0 or a 1, we can. Oh, I got a 0, so that's good. That means for free he goes away, and I get to put only one lousy thing down there. All right, officer, you have... Dang, draw an extra garbage out of the bag. So now we're drawing 5. Okay, here it goes. 1, a black. 2, a black. Wow. Okay, well. And up you go. We're going to lose this. That was only 2. I got to draw 3 more. I could reset it again. I could draw 3 blacks in a row. Are you serious right now? So we'll go 1. That's a blue. 2. That's a black. Oh my gosh. And blue. Okay. See, it's bag management with a spinner. I don't know what genre this is. Madness. It's a ton of fun, but madness, I say. Okay, and then we have Shambler. Oh, of course. So this is going to blow when I put a red Shambler here. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to take one of these and put it right here, and he's going to stay right there. Wow. Wow. Awful. Okay, she's going to gather a single stupid thing wherever she's at. There are none to gather. Yes, I love it. She's going to move 1 space to the right and have to draw a tentacle. Oh. This game is brutal. Okay, what do we got? A red one, and it goes on her. And then she is going to she's gonna draw tentacles, reveal a page card, attempt to translate. She fails, and attempt to banish a Shambler. She has to roll a 0. She got a 1, but she can re-roll. I forgot she can re-roll up to 2 dice, and she got a 2, so she fails. Back over here, more ridiculous stuff is happening. This thing on the bottom of it, by the way, actually has a rubber mat. It's really cool. It stands like, it's very thick. It's well put together. Oh, great. I get to draw 5 tokens again. 5 tentacles. I need a 3, man. I'm standing on a 3. Okay, that's what we're doing. So we're going 1. Uh-oh. Yeah. 2. Uh-oh. 3. Oh, are you serious? 4, that's a black one. Oh god, don't be another black one. Be a purple. Oh my god! So, in the order they would have resolved, it is 1, 2, 3. Then these are 2 black ones, which cause this to reset, which cause that to go up. I'm putting just 4 black ones back in the bag. Shamblers. Let's put a green Shambler out. Because why not? This is getting out of control. Okay, so that's all done. We have our 3 actions. We have no purples because we suck at this game. I mean, it's now or never, right? So we are going to collect, and we get to collect 2 because we have 1 green, so it's going to be a green and a red, I suppose. We're going to use 1. Our second action to translate this page. This page, right, is 2 blues, a red, and a green to translate it. That's going to get us the final... Oh, I forgot this one should have been in there too. Dang it. That'll go back in the bag because that should have went in the last time. And then these will go onto the mat because they just now got completed. And then... we have our first green. So now what happens, thank goodness, in the middle of your turn, the minute the Necronomicon is translated, you flip it over and you reset back here. Now that's great because we did a little bit of damage to the great old one, but now it looks like the bottom section there. So just pretend like that top track isn't there. That's what the card looks like, right? It's just the top of the art down to the bottom where it tells you what the actions are. Now, this you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is the easiest boss in the whole game, and basically the rules change a little bit. So now we can, do I have this written anywhere here? Seal a portal, phase 2 only. Okay, so in short, I think I've already explained this, but basically now we can walk onto the space with the Great Old One, right? Now that we are equipped with the translated Necronomicon, and when we're there, we have a new ability called Seal a Portal, and that's sealing a portal. We get to roll dice based on the number of these things we have. of the runes. So if I try to seal a blue 2, I get to roll 3 dice and hope they add up to whatever it was I just said. That was a 1 I just rolled. 0, 0, 1. Are you kidding me? Garbage. I needed a 2. That's it. So anyway, you see now why it's important. Additionally, you still can translate, right? Which is good because A, you have to get rid of the tentacles, and B, what if you're in a situation where you got nothing but blue ones, just all the way down, and you've translated the Necronomicon, and now you can't seal the other things? The game has to work mechanically, and that's how it works mechanically. So now we have one single stinking action left. Going over there is not going to be the play, I don't feel like, because I can't do anything about it. It is going to move in a moment, so I need to. God, I can't. Too bad you couldn't like burn a turn to like reset insanity or something. So let's I can move one space. If I move over here, I have to draw a bunch of tentacles. So let's move over here where I don't have to do anything, but I'm there and I can flip this. That's good to know. I'm going to need that. So off to the officer's turn. Green free pop. So it's here, here, and here. Then we're going to draw back down to 4 tentacles. Good. So 1, black. 2, red. Where's that going? Ooh, don't draw another red. 3, black. Are you kidding me? 4, blue. Oh my god. Okay. The stress of this game. Okay, see, look at, we've already charged up his power because now we're on phase 2, but we got a lot of black cubes in there. I keep calling them cubes, the tentacles in there. And then we're going to put a blue shambler, it looks like, back here. Oh, and he's going to sit right on me. Maybe that's... Oh, I'm gonna roll it again. That's a bummer. Never mind. Okay, so what is she going to do? Oh, we have to also flip the assistant card. It looks different now. As you can see, it's still collect, move, draw tentacles, reveal a page, but now there's seal a portal, and then you can attempt to translate. Yeah, okay. So here it is. We will cover that base when we get there. So collect, number 1, where is she? She's going to grab a green first, nope, then a blue to fill up her 1 blue spot. And then we are going to move. She can move 2 spaces towards the front. So she's going to come over here, of course, and draw 3 tentacles now. Fabulous. So we're going to draw 1 green, 2 blue, and 3 green. Oh! Okay, we're going to lose the game here if we don't sort this out. Okay, so draw tentacles, reveal a page card, it's here. Seal a portal, she's not on the spot, so she's going to translate, so she's going to pay these 2 green ones here for this, right? And that's all good that does for her. We don't get to generate more of these, which is unfortunate. I saw that, and I saw that it was red, and I'm not supposed to know that. I flipped it over on accident. Okay. So then she does banish shamblers. So let's hope. Let me get a card, one that I'm not going to look at and cheat. So, so there's 3 shamblers there. She's going to roll all 3 dice. She got a 2, 1, 2. She got 0, 1, 2. So she has to do. She can't do any. Oh, I can re-roll once though. Oh, twice. She's that insane. So there's 1, 1, 1. Okay, so we can banish a red. So there's that. 2 of these are coming down, and the red guy's coming down. Okay. So there we go. I don't know what I need to have happen now, but I get to move one of these down. Then we got to draw 4 of these things. And even 1 black one will reset the bag again. That's crazy. 1 purple. I better keep them out here because it helps me keep count. 2, 3, ooh, where are these going? And 4, a black one, of course. They're going to an empty zone. So this will go here. These will go here and here. This will reset, that's 3, so that means all of this goes back in, and we move up the track again. You see how this game ramps up. It is fast. You gotta move, right? Now, obviously, I'm talking a lot here, so it's taking forever. I apologize. Okay, so I have 3 of these. What can we do? Oh no, we're not done yet. A blue shambler goes here. And then Jerkface comes over here. Okay. Okay. Terrific. Of course, I can't move very far. Of course I can't. So let's use our first action to gather. I can gather 2 from here. We'll take 2 blues. We'll take a move action, and now we can zip right over here. We're going to draw 3, and you just know I'm going to draw a blue one. Because there's 3 shamblers here. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know why I did that. Okay. So we're going to draw 3 tokens here. Okay, so there's 1. Uh-oh. 2. A black one. Why can't I draw a purple one? I know I put purple ones in the bag at some point. Oh, look at that. Maybe I just had to ask. Okay, so there's a black one, a purple one, and a red one. That's, you know what? That's pretty okay. Okay. I have 1 action left, so we're going to use that to attempt to seal a portal. I'm going to attempt to seal blue 2. Okay, so if we look at the card, we have blue 2. That's going to be my easiest one to seal, right? So we're going to do blue 2. I get to roll all 3 dice. I get no rerolls, and I've got 3 there, right? So I rolled a 0, a 1, and a 2, meaning I get to spend... Oh, she's there. Okay, anyway, I get to then seal blue 2, just like that, right? I put that up there, golden. Then I'm going to use a purple to attempt to seal... blue 1 0 0 2. Okay, so I got a 2, which is higher than 1. I'm going to actually use her blue to seal that. So now what happens here is, since blue are both blocked off, Nyarlathotep has lost the blue power, right? We've weakened him, so this doesn't do anything anymore. If we have a bunch of blue these guys go, it won't trigger the bad stuff. Okay, so then I have 1 more of these. I'm going to blow it now because I'm just going to lose them if I keep them. And we are going to attempt to seal red 2. I got a 3. Look at that. So I can seal red 2. So that was a very strong turn for us, I think. Let's see what happens now. That is move 1 down from the thing to the discard? No. Oh, good. It's a purple one. Okay, this is now draw 4 of these. Finally, some good stuff has happened. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, is anything popping off here yet? No. So if I draw a red, it will. A black one, man. Okay. All right, so we're going to go black here. We're going to go blue and red and a purple for the officer. Okay, then we're going to do a blue shambler down here. And Butthead is going to move here too. Okay. Oh, and this guy, when he walked, he must have come through here, so that was supposed to be a free reveal. Okay. Good. All right, now, she is going to collect first, right? Greed first, so she's going to take 1 greed. Then she's going to move all of up to 2 spaces, and she only needs to move over here, but now she has to draw... Just don't draw 2 of the same color. Don't draw any black. 1. 2. Purple and green. Wow. Okay. Okay. Ooh. I think I had a green roll out there. Purple and green. Purple and green. It's her turn. So she moved. She drew tentacles for the 2 guys. Reveal a page card. It's already known. Seal a portal. Okay, so she can do a blue portal. So she's going to roll 2 dice because she has 2 here, right? So she is going to do... Oh, she only gets 1 shot at it. So what am I doing? Oh, no. Oh, the ones I've already done. I can't do blue. So the blue ones are worthless. Let's do... you know what? Our most difficult one is going to be green. So let's just do green 1 with her. I rolled a 0. Now she gets to re-roll. I have 2 re-rolls on her. There's a 2. Good enough. Okay, so she's going to seal, what did I say, green 1? Green 1. Okay, then she is going to attempt to translate the page at her place. That's kind of a bummer because it is going to work, right? So she does have this and this. So that goes there, that goes there. She did translate this. On the upside, she's got another red. I wonder if that was the same one I shuffled in. I didn't get a good enough look at it. I just flipped it and went, oh, I see it's red. Okay, and then banish Shamblers. So she's going to roll 2 dice. She can banish either one, I guess, which is going to prioritize green, because she actually has a thing. I rolled a crap. I rolled a 1 and a 2, so that means I have to spend both of them to get rid of green. So that goes there, that goes there. This guy goes away, and I didn't have any red when that happened, so I only get to move 1 down. Okay. We're coming down to it, though. What is that? That is, ooh, bring one. Oh, yeah, bring one down here. Let's bring a green in here. And then we're going to draw 4 of these guys. I mean, we're in pretty good shape. We could still lose the game pretty easily, but I think we're in pretty good shape. What do I need? 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ah! Okay, so that green, right? And the reason why I'm doing this in this order and like laying them out is because this would have happened and triggered before I drew this, right? So this goes up, that goes into the bag. Assuming I'm doing this right anyway. Okay, so we still have to draw 1 more tentacle. I think I put them here. And a black one, of course. I had a purple, a green, and a black. I put it on my character. Okay, right. So we did that. Now we've got to put a blue guy down here, which is going to cause this to trigger, which is a bummer, because that means then a black one goes in here. Yes. Then he moves over there. Whew. Okay, well, he's back on me, and thankfully I don't have to move or anything now. Okay, I think I fixed that. Okay, so I think we're okay. So now, boy, I've probably made a dozen mistakes in this game, and I don't feel like I did, but I'm certain I have. Okay, so let's see here. We have 3 actions. Let's go ahead and... I mean, really, we could end this now if we're really, 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 really lucky, right? So we're going to do action number 1. We're going to try to seal... I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Red 1. So we get 2 dice. We just need a 1 red. Yeah, 1 red. I got 3 red. It's great. Okay, so we have sealed. You can use this purple one as a wild, so 1 red has been sealed. My second action now. Now this is where it gets rough for this dude. I need a what now? I need a 2 green. So the only option I have here is to roll a 2. And then we win. I rolled a 2! There it is. Okay, so there's a 2. We have sealed the portals. We've stopped Nyarlathotep from taking over the city. We have 1 action left even. That's amazing. Whew, I'm actually not so sure we were doing well there. Let's see here. That's what the bag looks like. That is a lot of Eldritch tokens in there. There's still 3 purple ones in there. But really, we had, what, 9 Eldritch tokens in there total. There's 1 that's out, plus 1 going in. So we had 10. Oh, dear me. That was intense. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. That is insane. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure. Okay. Yeah, well, that was that. Anyway, we somehow managed to pull it off. It's a ton of fun, and it takes a lot of thinking. Like, you really have to plan this out. We got very lucky with our rolls. I was thinking she was going to wind up pulling off the red, but I just had 2 very lucky rolls at the end there. Anyway, you can see why I enjoyed this game so much. Once you figure out the movement, and I'm sure I made some mistakes. I know at the end I put a green right here. I sure hope I didn't do that at any other point in the game. But you can see more or less how it flows. And remember, the back sides of these are completely different, right? So this in is different than whatever's on the other side, right? So we can take a look now. Add 1 chaos tentacle from the general supply to the discard mat. I didn't really use these this time. That's actually a bummer. I should have, and I did not. But on the back side, spend any 2 tentacles from your player mat to gain 1 chaos tentacle from the general supply. That's incredible. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe just I wasn't taking my time to just kind of sit and read them. But there's some really good stuff out here. It seems to like it maybe works a little bit better with a second player because then you can actually use them. You have more actions. This like brain deadness functions, but it's not wonderful. I mean, it's fine, but I think I would prefer to be able to play with 2 characters instead. I think that's going to be the route going forward for me. That's all right. It's anyway. It's a ton of fun. It's I love all the tokens and everything. Tiny Epic Cthulhu. Thanks for watching, everybody. And until next time, remember, games are made for everyone's recreation, no matter what the president says.